It is Tuesday night.
We made it.
And we're boss.
We're boss.
What are we, gangster? We're gangster.
Yeah, that's us. We're about as gangsta as they get.
Welcome to Tuesday night with YOOTS.
Yeah.
YOOTS is uniquely the same. It's just how we say it.
Right.
I'm Cal. This is Ida. We're
Nice
glad
to
you're
see
here tonight. Many of you we know. Maybe a couple of you are brand new. And tonight we're going to play a preference game, which we call is a hot dog a sandwich, because that's going to be the 10th question. So we just prepare you now. That's the one we're getting.
Be thinking about it.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? We're going to have a discussion on that and 9 other things. And this is our friend Selah. Come on up, Selah. Hello. Come on. Say hello.
Big ball of fluff.
Say hello to the people. Do you want to say hello?
No, she wants her treat.
No, just give me a treat.
I came up, so I want my treat. That's all she says.
Where are you?
Okay.
Here, have that. So it's basically just a game of preferences. Let me bring the rules up. Right? We got to have rules.
That's right. What would we be without
This
rules?
This is why the game of preferences is so important, because everybody has rules in their life, and certain things are true and other things are not true, but we don't always agree on those things.
That's right. That's right. We have come
So
to
we're
our
trying to
own
give everybody an
conclusions
opportunity
about
to
it.
not agree.
Yeah, that's right. But
I'm right, whether we agree or not. And we can agree to disagree, but I'm still right.
in your own head.
No, just period. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see if I can bring these rules up. We're going to pose several questions where everyone can voice their perspective. And if you're among the minority, you score a point. All right, so the idea is to give an answer that's in the minority, not in the majority.
Because, yes, we're going to see how rare we are.
We want to see who is the rarest among us.
The rarest of the rare.
Who is the rarest of all watchers and participants?
You're all rare.
And we don't consider you to be just a watcher. We consider you to be part of the show.
That's
so
right.
Comment, point out things. A lot of people help us a lot. You know, one of the things that we do every week is we come on and we talk about how we made it past the technology hurdle of getting to see everybody. And that's just because we're so nervous about that. But you make it comfortable.
Yes, you do.
So thank you for being here and making it good. So if you're in the minority, then you're going to score a point. And everybody needs to keep track. There's 10 questions. You have 10 fingers. So you could get as many as 10 points.
Is this going to be, this won't be as hard as
Would you like
last
me to teach you how to
week's
multiply?
math. Please don't.
You know the funny thing about
Don't
that,
get me
last week I taught how to multiply on your fingers in the
Yes.
math show. You should go back and look at it because it's very helpful. But when I did it, I had a special camera set up so you could see my fingers and everything I was doing, and I didn't have the camera on, so nobody could see anything. All our preparation was wrong. I already gave it to you, Selah. You're done.
Oh, well.
And
we'll save that for posterity. We can go back sometime
I forget
and do
what I forget what that has to do with. I was heading somewhere with that.
Heaven only knows.
So off we go with the show. It's time to see what kind of preferences you have, how much alike, how much different we all are, and we'll see who is the rarest among us. I'm sure you're going to be rare, Ida.
I really don't know if that's a jab or I'm just being kind. So I guess, it's my preference how I decide to take it.
Who thinks that was a jab and who that's our question one. No. Question one is as follows.
Okay. Ready.
Do you prefer your peanut butter chunky or smooth? That's a very simple one. Chunky or smooth. Everybody has a preference of peanut butter. Even if you don't like peanut butter, we want you to weigh in if you had to eat peanut butter. So let's say you're in jail and you have to, and the only meal is peanut butter, but they give you a choice. Would you rather have chunky or smooth? So that's the question.
Yeah, organic.
You don't get to choose between Jif or Skippy or all those kinds of things. You just have to. Yeah, you don't get to say organic.
I was trying to be funny, but
Yep.
I don't think it was.
You can't do organic.
Okay.
It has to be just these two answers. So 1A would be chunky, 1B would be smooth. Ooh. Are you a smooth peanut butter?
So far it's 2-2.
So this one's easy for me.
Yeah.
I'm totally smooth.
Oh, I'm totally chunky.
Really?
Look at me.
That's not nice. I know. How would you say something like
We're
that?
still tied, 3-3. Come on.
3-3. We need somebody to break it up. Maybe you're watching the recording and you can break it up. watch it afterwards and change the tie and the whole game. That's the thing about this game. This game, you realize, is going to go on in perpetuity. So 100 years from now, people can log in, watch this game, and they'll still be adding to the score.
There you
and
go.
It'll change.
But so far, it's 5-3. We have, it looks
Chunky?
like Smooth. No, Smooth is winning.
Yeah. Oh, but that's
No, Chunky is Smooth. 1A is Chunky.
Yeah.
Chunky. So, that's the most. So you want to be the least.
Well, we're going to just keep track of the most. Then we're going to give everybody a point on their finger. This one will be the thumb.
No, but Calvin, we're doing
That's
this
right,
backwards.
that's right.
So B would be the winner.
Just slow down.
I'm so
My goodness.
confused.
Have we called it already? We have 8 answers came in, and then we're just going to move on to the next question.
Here's another A.
Okay, it looks like it's overwhelming, right?
Can
Right.
I talk now?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Chunky.
Chunky.
I'm surprised by
is
that.
the
I'm
preference.
surprised that people like chunky.
Yeah,
Do you think that stores sell as much chunky as they do smooth?
definitely.
I would be surprised at that. Okay, so if you are in the minority there, which I am,
Yes.
I didn't think I was going to be. I thought that was my ringer for the rest of you. I thought I was going to give you all a chance to win. Now I'm going to win for sure. But I like smooth, so I get a point. 1 for my thumb. I'm going to hold this up so I can remember, or you could write it down, and then we'll both remember. Hi, Tom. It is nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I noticed we have a lot of pictures. We'll talk about that later. But I and I've been organizing a lot of stuff, and I came across a whole bunch of pictures of you guys, Tom. The booth couple. We've got lots of booth couple
That's right.
photos.
Yeah, well, they come as a couple.
I don't know why. They must put them on Facebook, and we just
Steal them.
rip them off. Okay, let's keep it going. Next question. It was me slowing it down. So if you said smooth, you get a point. If you didn't, you got to get a point on this next one. Okay, here's. Do you think that coffee mug is yes?
Just in case.
Who said that? Mary Lou.
Yes.
This is my University of Pittsburgh. It's Anna Marie's mug, actually. And at this time of night, so we always have people come on and say, "What are those people? What are those people smoking or whatever?" That people,
it's the
viewers
caffeine
that just come across us. This is it right here. It's this cup. We do 10 cups of coffee in our little thing, and if you use this one, we have another big one like it. It empties.
It empties the 10
pot.
cups.
So this must be about 5 cups.
Okay.
Gets me rolling for the show. All right, next question. And this one's real easy. Do you like your milk to be skim, 1%, 2%, or whole? Those are your only choices. You might like your milk some other way, like straight from the cow, or I don't know how you might like your milk, but you have to choose 2A, 2B, 2C, and 2D. We're adding fat as we go down. Skim milk, 1%, 2%, whole milk.
Okay.
When did they come out with 1% milk?
I don't know. Why would you even?
Because when I was a kid, we did have a choice of 2%.
Yes.
But there was no such thing as 1%. Oh, it's still up on the screen. Hello, it's us. We're back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about 1%.
Has that been around a long time? But it's that's finicky, isn't it? When will we have 0.5% and 1.5% skim milk?
No.
I don't know how much that. I don't know whether that's a lot of skim. Like whole milk. What percent is fat in whole milk? Do you think it's like 3%?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, new show. Facts you didn't know.
I'm trying to figure out these answers.
So I use milk. Basically, I use milk in 2 ways. I add Hershey's chocolate to it. That's one way. That's my favorite way. But we never have enough Hershey's chocolate because I use a whole bottle of Hershey's chocolate for just a cup of milk. It's just an excuse. Instead of taking the Hershey's thing and just glugging it down, I put it all in milk.
Put it in a little bit of milk.
It seems like, say, I'll make a little chocolate milk.
There you go.
Emphasis on the chocolate. So that's... and the other thing I do is I like cereal.
I like milk on my cereal.
And so I actually have slightly different preference. If I were having chocolate milk, I'd rather have whole milk. And if I'm having cereal, I would rather have less.
Oh.
So
what's your...
but I'm going to go with 2% because that's basically what I had as a kid. And if I were just going to grab one off the shelf, that's what I would grab. Not really with any thought.
Well, 2% is the majority. So far. Skim is a minority.
It's pretty nice, Ida, that you make your choice after you tally everybody else's choice.
No,
On this show, you should come out with your choice the second the question is asked.
I would, but I'm trying to keep track
I know,
of
but
everything.
now you're going to get to say.
Oh.
Now you're going to get to be in the minority.
I said 2%, so that's the majority.
Okay.
We're banking on the minority to
But
win.
skim is the minority?
Yeah.
Does that mean whole? Some people said whole. Nobody said whole milk, or?
We had a couple. 2 people said whole milk.
I see. But there's just one skimmer.
Right.
Okay, you get a point. Who's the person? Do we know?
It is Kristen.
Congratulations, Kristen. You don't like fat in your milk, and you win because of it. Put one on your what's this finger?
Your pointer finger.
Your pointer.
Your pointy finger.
Here is pointer. Here.
You know, when you point at someone, 3 fingers are pointing back at you.
Never heard that before.
Right, so don't point at people.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
All right. How many you have? How many points you have? You got to keep track of your total points along the way.
So far, I have 0.
I got 1. 0 to 1. Kristen has at least 1. That's all I know.
All right.
All right. Here's the question for you now. Which one of these is worse, do you think? Doing laundry or doing dishes? Which one is worse? So which one would you least like to do? Laundry or dishes?
Definitely for me, it's B.
Let me think about that. If I had dishes and laundry, they were both sitting there, and somebody said, I'm going to do either your laundry or your dishes for you.
I think that would depend on how many dishes were in the sink and how much laundry you had backed up.
I hardly ever have laundry backed up, so. But, or dishes.
I see.
So they're both easy jobs.
So far,
I prefer
is winning.
I prefer laundry. So I'd rather
Which
do
is
laundry.
worse?
So the worst one is dishes.
Dishes. Okay, that seems to be the cry of the wild.
Yeah.
Nobody wants
because
to do
laundry's just like the machine does all the work. Like if we were actually out on a rock scrubbing it, I think I'd do.
I understand that.
Dishes, but
so far we only have 1 A.
Hey, by the way, there's a chance my mother's tuned in right now.
Hi, Garnet.
She can't type, but she can watch.
Yeah.
And if not, she's watching recorded. So hello. But we don't get to see her little thing pop up.
Yeah.
Because she can't leave us a message. So we'll just say hello to you. And I'd be interested in what your preferences on these things are. Okay. So where are we?
So far,
everybody hates dishes.
Everybody hates doing dishes.
Yeah. Anybody say laundry at all?
One person said laundry. Tom said laundry.
Tom, there you go. Now, either Tom is very smart and just decided that was the minority answer, which is what I mean. You can game the system here.
This is true.
But
I don't think he is.
But Tom, we're giving you a point there.
That's right.
Tom
David says, "Hi, Grandma."
Tom does not. There you go. Tom does not like to do laundry.
Yeah. So now Tom's got a point.
Man, I wish you were my neighbor. I'd come over to do your laundry.
Great.
Yeah. All right, let's keep the game rolling. Next.
All right. Number 4.
I didn't get a point there either. But I do have 1 point. How many points do you have, Ida?
So far, I have 0 points.
Okay, you know your mother or father's sister.
Yes.
Right, your mother or father's sister. You call them an aunt.
Yes.
Right. The question is how you pronounce that word. Mm-hmm. Is it like the insect ant, or is it like you're amazed? Aunt. Aunt.
Oh.
Aunt. Aunt or aunt? Aunt or aunt? I'm aunt. Very simple. I'm a 4A. I don't know why. It seems less sophisticated. When I got to Virginia and people would call them their aunt, first I was surprised. But second I thought, boy, those people are really classy. I feel inferior.
The rain in Spain.
Yeah, that's how I felt. It was terrible. And so I started to try to say it, but I just couldn't say it.
Kathy said 4D. We only have A and B, Kathy. So which is it? So
She probably meant B.
we have 3 A's and 1 D.
She probably meant B.
4 A's count.
That's a good way to be in the minority. Pick an answer that's not on the screen.
That's right.
Good job, Kathy.
That works.
But I bet you meant B, which is in the minority anyway.
Yes. We only have 1 B.
Yeah, Rob says it depends on your accent. What's your accent, Rob? Do you say aunt? Aunt or aunt? Aunt does sound so like guttural, like
We said auntie.
auntie. So you say aunt.
Do I sound like it's coming out of my
That's
nose?
what I'm saying. That word aunt. Instead of
There's something wrong with
aunt.
you. Aunt.
Aunt.
Well,
My
Tom says aunt.
Gertrude.
Aunt Gertrude. Ooh, that's a mouthful.
Yep.
So A is definitely the majority.
The majority. So if you said B, you get a point.
Yeah, a
Once
couple
again,
B's.
no point for me. No point for me. Everybody that watches the show talks like me. Apparently. Which
Everybody
is
that, well, they say, yep.
you all say, Sounds like you're being electrocuted. Okay.
That's just so wrong.
Moving on. Question
Okay.
number 5.
Number
They're halfway.
5.
Where's this at? We're halfway point.
Yeah.
Which Girl Scout cookies are better? You know, isn't that the best time of the year when the
It
Girl Scouts come?
is.
You know, the best thing is Girl Scouts come to your door over and over again. And you can't just not buy
They're
from
so
them.
cute.
Yeah, they're doing all that hard work.
That's right.
So you got to buy something. But the question is, when you do buy cookies, which ones do you make sure? You have to order, maybe a couple different kinds. But what's the one that you absolutely make sure of? Is it Thin Mints? Or is it Tagalongs? Or is it one of the others?
Yeah.
I think there's 8 different types. There might be more, but there's 8 most common types. There's just like sugar cookies. I don't know who gets those.
It looks like A is winning, but no, A and C are kind of neck
Well,
and
there's
neck.
those ones. There's those ones that are like little wreaths, and they have chocolate.
Those
Like
fudge stripe kind of things.
yeah, I forget what those are called.
With caramel and
Oh yeah, those are good too. But so that would be other if you like that. But
Samoas, Rob says. Is that what?
that's it, I think. That's it. Yeah. So the Tagalong is the peanut butter ones, right? Mm-hmm. And you only get like 2 in a box. The box comes and there's just 2 little cookies in the middle of it.
I'm lost.
And then Thin Mints, they come in the long plastic package. And you don't feel guilty eating a whole package.
A sleeve of Thin Mints is
Yeah.
like, I don't know, 6,000 calories or something crazy
But it just
like that.
seems like it's a better value. It seems like it's what you should do.
Yeah. Are we up there? I'm lost track of these things.
This is us.
This is us? Okay. Mary Lou is saying John bought 2 of every kind from his granddaughter.
Wow.
Then bought 8 more when we went.
Yeah, exactly. Then you made another. You have to. It's what you have to do.
No.
No, you really do.
You do?
Yeah.
You could just write a check to the Girl
Nope.
Scouts.
Everybody that comes to the door, you gotta buy their cookies. All right. I love the Tagalongs.
Okay.
Tagalongs. That's my favorite.
Uh-huh.
Is that the question? But that isn't really. Oh, which are better? They're better. I love the Tagalongs. But I don't order them. I order the Thin Mints because of value. They're close, and I like the Thin Mints. But tag along is my Girl Scout cookie best category. If I had 100 Tagalongs and 100 Thin Mints, I'd take the Tagalongs every time. But you only get 2 Tagalongs, or you can get like 40 Thin Mints. So you can't tally and talk. I've
I
noticed.
can't. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to write this all down. C is winning. C is the majority.
Really? Other type?
Yes. The Samoas, I guess.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at that.
Mary Lou says the gluten-free Toffee-tastic is very tasty. I didn't know they had a gluten-free version.
That must not be one of the 8.
That must not be.
So Mary Lou, if you were asked this question, you would answer gluten-free toffee. What?
Toffee-tastic.
Yeah. Well, it's tastic.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So what's the least?
I knew you were going to ask me that crazy question. B.
Me. Tag-alongs.
Oh. I should have answered B. I think I'll answer B now.
I had a tendency to answer A, but I went with B just because the way the question was phrased. So let's keep
Okay.
let's keep going. That gives me another point, Ida.
Yeah. Guess how many points I have so far?
You have none.
I like to run with the majority.
That's okay. Oh, you're not supposed to do this anymore.
I'm not rare.
Like that's a bad sign now.
It's a bad sign?
Yeah, it's like a white supremacist sign.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant it just like okay.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what,
they need to change the emoji then.
or like up
there's
in the air, Junior Birdman. Remember that? That's
No.
same sign.
No,
That's
I
not
don't
white
remember.
supremacist.
No.
I think that might even be Girl Scout. I think I might have learned that from the Girl Scout.
Girl Scout is, I have something in my pocket that belongs across my face. Okay.
You want to keep singing?
Sure. You know me. I like to sing.
Let's go on to the next question. While
Would you rather?
All right, it's a would you rather question. Here, I think this is a thought-provoking one. So right in the middle, we're just going to take a little contemplation time.
Okay, that's good. It's
What do you
always
think?
good
Would
to
you
contemplate.
rather have your greatest wish granted, or would you rather have your biggest regret resolved? It's sort of what would you rather go back in time or forward in time? So 6A, would you rather have your greatest wish granted or your biggest regret relieved? That might depend on how big your biggest regret is, don't you think? Like in your life?
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
if you did something that was like life-ending or something, I'd like to have that I shot my wife back.
What?
Well, I'm just saying, if you shot your wife,
You'd want that back.
you might want that. Well, maybe you wouldn't, but that's why you shot her. but it would mess up your life, and you might regret it later.
We have. I don't even know how to respond to that because
Yeah.
it's so weird.
I don't know why it came to mind.
He hasn't had enough coffee yet today. So far, everybody's saying A.
Really, nobody would resolve their greatest regret.
No. So far, no.
I'd say, among my greatest regrets.
Here we go. We're ready.
So I don't know if this is my greatest regret. I'm sure if I thought about it, there'd be a greater one. There are some preventable deaths in my life that would be nice to go back and.
Prevent that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it'd be hard to deny that. But anyway, I was a drum major, and on homecoming day, for the first time, turns out the last time too, but for the first time, I decided that I was going to twirl my mace. The big stick. I probably have told this story before.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
And it's not like a baton. It's 5 feet long. It's got a big point on the end of it. And it's a thing that you direct with, like it's the whole stick goes up in the air. So when you're marching, when you're marching in a parade, people can see the little silver ball on the top.
Yeah.
And that helps direct them. That's why you have that long stick. But I decided to twirl it. Nobody cares about this story, but
we do care.
I practiced a lot. I went to summer camp to learn how to do it, and I said, I'd like to do this. And so the director said, yeah, okay. And I came out, and the tradition at my school was that you would throw this thing. There'd be like on the entrance, you go dun 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 dun, and then the band goes bah, and you throw it real high.
Yeah.
And then you catch it, and the tradition was, if the drum major catches it, then the football team wins the game.
Oh, I see. Well, that's good.
And so it's like a good luck thing. Well, they went dun 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 dun, and I threw it up in the air, and the wind got hold of it, and there were two of us. There were two drum majors, and the other one was up front on the ladder directing the band. And it was going right at him.
You impaled him?
It was, And he was directing like this, and he literally went like this.
I thought you were going to say he'd reached up and caught
No,
it.
that would have been
That would have been good. Oh, that's a frightening story.
I would like to have that throwback. Because it was, it was homecoming.
Why did you throw it at the...
Do you realize, like, everyone was there? Old drum, past drum, maybe.
Yeah.
It is one of my great regrets. And then on Monday, we would go and we would watch the halftime. They would record it, and we'd watch it on Monday to see how it went.
Oh, no. So you had to relive it. I'm sorry, Cal. It's not funny.
They almost banned me from these glasses for life because of that one moment.
Banning you from your glasses, that would be bad.
That was a lot of people have heard that story if they've known me for long, but yeah. I almost impaled the other. I almost killed him.
That's scary.
Yeah. But it was okay because there were two of us, so we had a spare.
Just in case. We have everybody saying...
Wait. Before you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
What am I doing?
I'm sure I would think about it. I'd rather have my biggest regret resolved. So that's my answer.
Did you say that because I was just about to say everybody said A?
Did they?
Mm-hmm. Except for...
I would tell you.
Kristen said B.
Oh, good, Kristen. You and me.
Yeah.
I've got a very good reason for it.
What's that?
You can't predict what would happen as a result of your wish.
Oh, well, that's true.
Right? So aren't there famous like stories and parables about that? I can't think of one, but I'm sure there are, where somebody wishes for something, but then it doesn't really turn out.
Yeah, like the genie in the bottle.
Well, that's pretty much how that always goes. The first two wishes they don't go well, and I think that's sort of true. You think you want something, but it's not. We're not God. It's not really what we want. Mm-hmm. But I think when you look back and you can see the negative things and see how it's probably true there too. You don't know ultimately what the result would be, but that was my reasoning.
Okay, well that's good rationale.
I would want to know.
I'm following you.
What I'm wishing for instead of just some random thing that might. I mean, what if I caused World War III with my wish or something? I mean, I would.
Well, we don't want that.
Then you'd have a new regret. That wouldn't be good.
Oh,
so I get another point. You didn't? Were you in the majority?
No. I'm still a goose egg.
Okay. There's still time.
Okay.
Question number 7. If you have to choose.
Okay.
Do you prefer for it to be too warm? That's A. Mm-hmm. Or do you prefer it to be too cold? Too warm or too cold? Which do you prefer? That's the question. Mine's real easy. Too cold. Give me too cold every time. I sort of even like to be cold.
You like being cold?
Yep.
Al does too.
It's sweaty. That is the worst. And you can't do anything about it. Also, when you die from too much heat, it's much worse. It's much more agonizing than dying from too much cold.
Where did you get that information?
Well, too much cold, you just slow down. Your oxygen slows down, and you just go to sleep.
Oh.
I think that might happen with too much heat too, but it's sort of a different. It's going in a fire is not the way to go. 7A, too warm or too cold? Which do you prefer? I'm a 7B.
Lots of people are 7Bs.
How about you, Ida?
I'm a 7B too, but I wish I wasn't
really?
an A. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Why is that? Because I complain when I'm cold.
Yeah.
Rob says, "Bring on Florida, 7A."
There's Rob. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Rob's not making that up just to be different.
He loves it down there.
He's been consistent with that as long as I've known him.
Yeah.
Too warm. Yeah, but like that Arizona heat. Mm-hmm. It's a dry heat though. Oof, that's not true. It's just hot.
Well, Tom's from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He says, "Come up here. We just had 12 days below minus 42 below zero."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the kind of cold you want.
That's cold. I mean, nobody's denying that. That's the idea of this. Is neither one of them are a great pleasantry.
Mary was asking where Tom lives. He lives in Canada, Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Manitoba. I wonder how many Americans can find that on a map.
I used to not be able to, but then I really I have several friends now from Canada, and it's a little bit disconcerting that they learn our geography and we don't learn theirs. So I tried hard.
I'm going to put that in one of our questions.
That's a good one. We should
somewhere down the line we'll have that as a
yeah. So far, B is the majority.
We could do a whole geography thing. We try not to do shows that are too depressing.
I don't know, that math one last week was pretty depressing.
Want me to show you how to do 7 times 6?
No.
Okay. I could though.
But you could though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Tom says it's cold enough to kill penguins.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And that's cold.
That is very cold.
All right, so the next question, number 8.
Yeah.
How you doing? How many points you have so far? You got to keep track along the way or you'll forget how many you have.
That's right. We got to know who's the
got
rarest
3.
of the rare. You are rare.
We're on question number 8.
8. Okay. Whew.
You're going to have a tough time coming back if you don't get this one. But here's the question.
Okay.
Which is the proper orientation to hang toilet paper?
That's easy.
Okay, so you know the idea.
Alan jumped on that one right away.
Is it over or under? Over or under? Which is the proper orientation? I'm interested to see how many. I noticed that I always hang it over, but I don't know why. Like I don't think.
I know why I hang it going over. Is because if there was a spider crawling up underneath, you'd just unroll it and you'd have that spider right there. And I don't want to have a spider. So I put mine over.
You want to see the spider.
There won't be a spider because he won't be hiding under the paper. I don't know. It was a spider thing.
I don't completely understand that logic. Because there's a crevice there, whether it's...
No. But then you leave it on the top. And you don't leave it hanging down. It's still in contact with the roll.
Now, I think if you hang it over, then the pattern on the toilet paper, if there's a pattern, it's designed to show that way.
I think you're right about that.
If you hang it under, though, then it's more out of the way. It's not like waving in your face when you're sitting on the toilet.
Yeah. No, well, I've heard, I've seen a meme that says if you do it under, you're an animal. Like you animal. Oh, see, Linda does it over with a folded triangle. I like how you think, Linda. That way there's no spiders.
Whoa. What do you mean? There's 2 more crevices. When you do a folded triangle, you have 2 more places for spiders. Now they can be behind, and they can be under, and they can be behind the 2 flaps.
You have to understand that I was raised during the Twilight Zone era, and the whole spider things used to scare me to death. Like, I would never wash a spider down a sink because they come back.
In force.
That's right. So, I'm twisted from the Twilight Zone. Thank you very much.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, it's
we answered that one the same.
Yeah.
You were supposed to pick a different one than me because you needed to get a point.
Yeah, but I had to be honest.
Yeah. You didn't have to be. You could play for the win.
So nobody got a point on this one. Everybody said.
Everybody's over.
Over.
Huh. If you're watching later, on the recording,
and you're an
under, you
are rare.
Whether you win this game, right there. Rarest of the rare on question number 8 is that's a pretty good prize.
Janet's correcting me. She says spiders get in the shower, not on the toilet paper. Okay, now that's something else for me to worry about, Janet.
Yeah, I would definitely worry about them in the shower. Inside the water, so that when it sprays on you, they just suddenly come out.
David says he's over with putting it under.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, let's go.
That's question. So nobody gets a point there.
Nobody gets a point.
Well, that's not helpful. Okay, question number 9.
Number
you just
9.
have 2 more, and you know this, and you know question number 10. So here we go. Question number 9 is: do you sleep more on the left side of the bed or the right side of the bed? So some people sleep alone; they sleep in the middle, right? So is it more to the right or more to the left? Or if you have a partner that you're sleeping with, do you sleep on the left side or the right side?
So if you're at the foot of the bed, facing the head of the bed, left or right?
Oh, that's a pretty important point, isn't it?
It's an important point.
Okay, so let's clarify that. Mm-hmm. So before you answer it, we're going to say you're looking at the bed from the foot of the bed.
Okay.
Are you on the left or are you on the right?
Okay.
That changes my answer because I was going to answer it from the perspective of being in bed.
Oh, see? We have 2 B's so far.
So I sleep on the right. Linda and I can't possibly both get this one right.
There you go.
Actually, we don't want to talk about it if we did get it right. That would be too much to talk about on the show.
Put up Mary Lou's comment, but I don't know if I should read it. Oh.
John Wayne toilet paper?
Yeah.
I didn't read the rest of it.
Sure, you let me say the rest of it.
There was more?
Yes. It's rough, it's tough, and it doesn't take crap off anybody.
No, that's right.
There
that's John Wayne. That sounded to me like that's what Al was referring to earlier when he said who has patterns on their toilet paper. So he must use John Wayne toilet paper too.
Yeah. It looks like right side of the bed is the majority.
Right side. There can't be a majority. Well, maybe there can.
Why can't there be?
I guess.
Facing in.
I think some of it has to do with the orientation of the room, where the sun rises. Really?
I think I'm going to get a point. I'm so excited. I'm going to get a point. It doesn't take much
whether
to
the sun rises from the right side of the bed or the left side of the bed, that's going to make a difference. How your bedroom is oriented in your house makes a difference. The draftiness, where the furnace is placed, all these things to me are going to alter which side of the bed you sleep on.
I always sleep on the same side of the bed, no matter where I am. Janet says her dog is barking at your dog.
Oh, really? I just want to say that my wife sleeps on the entire bed. I get this little corner up on the edge. So if you really want to be real specific about it, I sleep on the right side all the way up. Because the bottom and the... Yeah.
Well, does the dog sleep in the bed?
Mm-hmm.
That really does.
That forces me even further into the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And Sayla likes to lay up next to me. Maybe that's always true with dogs. And so she just forces me into a fetal position. I literally am just in a little ball up in the corner of the bed like this. And sometimes I just say, Sayla, that's enough.
Enough. Go downstairs. Well, I'm so excited because I said left side of the bed, and I'm rare. I got 1 point. It doesn't take much to excite me because I don't like to be dead last. But I probably still will be dead last.
So you got a point out of it.
I got a point.
Oh, I got good news for you.
What's that?
Question number 10 is going to be worth 3 points.
Oh, so there's still an opportunity.
Because we titled the whole show after this.
That's true.
So question number 10 will be worth 3 points. So far, I have 3 points.
I have 1.
You have 1. So it's all going to come down to this. You have to guess something different than me. Let me guess first. Because if you guess the same thing, then you can't possibly win against me.
I see.
So I'm just trying to give you game strategy. Oh, we still have that silly picture up from before. Did you like that left side of the bed, right side of the bed slide? We need a producer on the show.
We do.
So that somebody could click these buttons. Everybody out there, Rob is out there probably saying, you might want to take the... Every once in a while, Rob will send us a text message. Go back to the main camera.
This is so sad, Linda says.
Yeah. Okay. The question's very simple.
Yes.
One that you already know. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes
hot dog
or no? Those are your two choices. A, yes. B, no. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know if she was joking, but I heard Anna Marie say, absolutely not.
Oh, we've had one person who's weighed in so far.
So, listen, a hot dog is a sandwich.
I couldn't agree with you more.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just giving up the win?
Oh. Well, in my child rearing days, not child rearing, when I was being raised, buns were a big luxury.
Yeah.
A hot dog bun was really just a piece of bread.
Oh, so you just use bread.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Doesn't everybody?
If you use a piece of bread, but the key there is you only use one piece of bread, right?
But they're still around it.
Yeah, but it's just one piece of bread.
Well, if you put peanut butter on one piece of bread and fold it over, is it a sandwich or is it?
Nobody does that.
I do that.
That's a open face.
No, you fold it over.
If you have one piece of bread, it's toast. If you have two pieces of bread, then it's a sandwich. That's the rule.
Is
everybody,
that the rule?
remember I said at the beginning, everybody
got...
needs rules. You need the rule. If you have two pieces of bread on the outside, let's say starch, doesn't even have to be bread. Two pieces of starch on the outside. So like if you took two slabs of potato.
Two starchy potatoes.
Yeah. And then you have to have some main course in the middle to make it a sandwich.
I like Al's rationale. He says if it's in a bun, it's a sandwich. If it's eaten alone, it's not.
Yeah.
Just a hot dog.
Well, of course it's not a sandwich. If it's just a hot dog, it's not a sandwich.
But if there's bread around.
That. But you're saying if you take a piece of bread and wrap it around.
Yes.
Fold it.
It's a sandwich.
No. It's actually, in that case, it's a taco.
A hot dog taco?
It's a taco because a taco wraps around the hot dog.
I see.
That's how a taco works. Have you ever been to Taco Bell?
Once or twice in my lifetime.
Now let's say you took that piece of bread and you wrapped it around it, made a taco hot dog out of it. And then you took another piece of bread and you jammed it on the side of it.
Yeah.
So now you have it on four sides and you fold down this side. So now you have it covered all except for one end.
Then it's a hot dog burrito.
No, it has to be fully covered to be a burrito. It's quiche at that point.
Oh, it's a quiche.
Quiche has just one open side. It's covered on all sides but one.
This tends to be I don't know. We were not getting a lot of agreement. There's all kinds of different rationale for what you call it. A sandwich has the sauces and vegetables in the middle, but a hot dog has the toppings on top. So it's not a sandwich. David's saying it's not a sandwich.
Right. That's why you have to have the second piece of bread to make it a sandwich.
Not if you fold the piece over.
No, then it's just sitting there. It's just dangling there on top.
Okay. Well.
So there is some disagreement here?
There is some disagreement.
Mm-hmm. But who's in the rarefied air of the statement? Are you able to add it up?
1, 2.
It's real simple. If it's just one piece flat, it's toast.
If it's warm, if it's been
right. So like pizza is toast.
Pizza is toast.
Yeah, because it's just one piece of bread. On the side.
I can see by definition it might be
deep dish pizza though, because the sides come up. That's quiche. Okay, one piece of bread, that's toast. Two pieces of bread, one on bottom, one on top. Sandwich.
But if it
wrapped around, taco.
Well, I think we're like dead. We're in a dead heat for the tie. We're just going to have to agree.
I'm just trying to give you all the rules. It's very straightforward.
Somebody needs to get these 3 points. Who's going to get them?
So here's a little piece of data that I thought about. You know how they call an Oreo a cookie sandwich?
A sandwich cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An Oreo sandwich cookie.
Mm-hmm. Sure, because there's 2 pieces with stuff in the middle.
It meets my definition.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I sort of did myself in with that, didn't I?
No, you agreed.
I agreed with you, but I didn't agree with you about the sandwich. I think that one piece of bread folded in half makes it a sandwich.
That's wrong.
Okay.
No, stop. Don't have that opinion anymore.
All right. It is what it is. I think we just need to agree to disagree. It's a tie. We need more than 10 people.
It's 5 to 5.
Sayla, what is it?
She'll eat anything.
Yeah.
We did a show called "Is a Hot Dog a Sandwich?" and we did not come up with an answer.
How? Well, because we just
and nobody gets a point.
Cow. Okay. B A B A.
Now look how you're using your fingers.
B.
We did this on the show last week, and you mocked me.
Oh, David might be
4 to 4. Did you count us?
David says a sandwich.
Did you count you and me?
B. We have 5 B's and 4 A's.
All right. If you're an A, in other words, if you say a hot dog is a sandwich, at least tonight, you're in rarefied air. We think it's not a sandwich.
So I got 3 points.
So did I.
No, I had 1 before, so now I have 4 points.
And now I have 6.
Oh.
Anybody beat 6? I got 6. That's the show. That's the end of the hot dog.
I feel deflated questions. Because I wanted to win.
Hey, here's a little piece of trivia, Ida. You may know this, but we started the show like 2.5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And when we first came on, we just talked about Uniquely the Same. We came on, we talked about our organization, and it was the most boring show that ever existed in the history of our very first show. You can go back. We saved it. It's still sitting back there. It wasn't on YouTube, so you can't see it on YouTube. It was on Facebook.
You have to look on Facebook.
So we ended that show, and we said, that was the most terrible show ever. Us giving a slide presentation to people who didn't really want to hear it. So we said, let's make the show more fun, and let's have people enjoy the show instead.
Yes, enjoyment is good.
And so then we played a kazoo game. Guess the song that Ida's going to play on the kazoo. And then we played a game the week after that, which is called 2 Truths and a Lie. Mm-hmm. So that was our second. But then the third week that we played a game, we played this game. We called it Most Unique.
I remember that.
We did preferences.
Yeah.
So we're all the way back to the first month.
Everything old is new again.
Yep. But we did it better back then. What has happened to us?
We had more we had more drama. We pulled things out of a jar, and it was definitely more dramatic. So anyway, it was still fun. It's still nice to know that we all have different likes and dislikes and different ways of doing things.
But I'm interested in who is the most rare. Does anybody? So I had 6 points. I at least set some standard. I'm at least in the rarefied air.
Kristen says she has 6 points. I think the other one had 0 points, 2 points. It looks like Kristen had the most points. 6 points.
6 is a lot. I mean, you had to get the last one pretty much to get 6, right?
Well, I don't know. She was rare throughout the whole.
Really? If we didn't have the 3-point one, she would have won.
I think she still.
Maybe that's the tiebreaker.
Okay.
If you had more points throughout the rest of the game. If I'm not mistaken, we played this game one other time and Kristen won.
Well, we knew she was.
Kristen wins all the time.
She's good at this. What can I say?
Every game we put out there, she's like coming up with the beach sand colors.
I know she knows these things.
She knows how to count. She knows how to multiply in her fingers. She knows everything.
I think that multiplying on your fingers thing is a little.
Who would like me to explain the puzzle from last week?
He's tried to explain that puzzle to me ever since last week because I still don't get it. I don't know how we knew what her birthday was.
Rob says we need to bring in-house guests back. What are you talking about? We're all for it.
That's right.
Come do it. Come be on the show. In fact, next week we're gonna have a guest.
We sure are.
Nate
Copeland. Yeah. He's going to do some music for us.
Wait a second. We're having Nate Copeland?
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Why is that funny?
I thought we were having the other Nate. I have the wrong Nate in my mind.
What?
That'll be great. We're going to have Nate Copeland on next week. That's a surprise to me. We've been talking about
Johnny and Friends and music. And
it's completely...
it went right over your head.
Missed it all.
Nate Copeland.
That's too funny.
Oh, well.
Oh, no. And I said some things that now I would completely say differently. That's too funny. Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah. So, that'll be great. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
I was
Nate's
already.
looking forward to it too. He's excited.
Already, but that's a real surprise to me. It's a completely different show I was thinking of.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah. Nate.
So if your name is Nate,
he watched from the beginning. He probably participated in that.
Yes,
first show.
he probably did. He's here all the time.
So come back next week, Nate Copeland. A little bit of music. We're gonna have music next week. It's gonna be a different show than I realized.
I can't believe you, but okay. Mary Lou says, "Yay, she loves Nate," and we do too. Mary Lou.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah. It's gonna be music, and it won't be you singing. I mean, that's not how I meant it. You know what I mean? We have music, and it's always Ida singing on a kazoo usually. It's not that that's bad. I'm just saying.
You're digging yourself a hole, Calvin. You should just stop. I know you don't like when I sing, but I love to sing about the moon and a tuna and a spring.
I got an idea. Let's move on in the show to the saying of the week. Should we do that? Ida comes up with a saying every week. Here it is this week. Her saying of the week. She works very hard on these. Actually, it's really true. I'm not joking about that. A lot of work goes into producing these, and then they fly all over the intersphere.
They do, really, the interwebs.
Yeah, they're all over the inter-universe.
I'm proud of that. We get a lot of people who look at them and share them, and hopefully they touch them. That's the whole point.
So Ida, tell us about this one.
I have lots of reasons for choosing this one this week. Probably the most important one is I had a dear friend who I lost in a fatal car accident this past week. So he was a wonderful, wonderful human being and a dear friend, and I'm going to miss him. But the saying is, you cannot do kindness too soon, for you never know how soon it will be too late. And that's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So, make your mark while you can. You never know when it's the last time you see somebody.
Wow, I know that's a gutsy saying of the week for you.
It is.
We're all sad. That's probably the first time a lot of our viewers have heard that news that you had a sad week last week. It happened before the show last week, and if you want to go back and watch the show, you can see that.
It's no wonder I couldn't understand the math.
We were avoiding certain topics and certain things, and because it was a little bit raw. And Ida's been home since then and back, and but still, you know how those things go. It takes a long time, doesn't it?
It does.
To work through. You never really work through, and you don't want to.
No,
You don't want it to be final. You want it to. You want good things to linger.
That's right. He's a dear friend. He was. His name was Frank, and he was in a car accident the summer between our freshman and sophomore year in college. And as a result of that accident, he was quadriplegic. So he understood a lot about Uniquely the Same and supported a lot of what we do here at Uniquely the Same, and always had input. And I'm going to miss that because I counted on him to give us good advice. But anyway, life does go on. And
there's a lot of people that I've sort of hoped down the line we would work more and more with. And I didn't really know him. He was one of those. I just knew him through you.
He's a great guy.
But I have seen Facebook, and lots of people wrote lovely things. Everybody seems to be universal on sort of who he was and his personality.
Yeah, he was a kind and loving human being.
So that's a good saying. Thanks for the kindness saying, and for taking the chance, and also for letting us in a little bit. That's what friends do. They support each other. So hang in there. We're with you.
Thank you.
I don't know how you transition to a joke of the week.
I know. Well, Rob is saying we should bring my aunt back, Aunt Geneva Lilly.
We should do that.
It's about time. Aunt Geneva Lilly hasn't been here for a while, and it might be time for her to come back and give some pearls of wisdom.
Did you happen to see her when you were home?
I didn't. I haven't. She was busy. She makes lots of personal appearances, all kinds of different television. Uncle Phil, what's his name? Dr. Phil and Uncle Phil. I'm thinking about another show. Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah. She gets around, so we can see if we can get a hold of her and see if maybe she'll come back.
She gave us
sometime.
advice. That was good.
She did.
Yeah, if you have
advice.
questions you want to ask, we'd be glad to.
We could route them to Aunt Geneva Lilly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aunt Geneva Lilly at least left the door open for us to inviting her back. We didn't offend her so badly.
She liked it here.
She had an interesting perspective on the world. That was an interesting show. That was a long time ago, too. That was 6 months ago.
Was it that long ago?
I think so.
Well, it's time to bring her back.
All right. Let's do the joke of the week, shall we?
Let's do the joke of the week.
The joke of the week is brought to us by Alicia Reagan. Alicia Reagan. I got another Reagan in my world. And Alicia says, the best puns are elevator repairman puns. You know the elevator repairman puns. There's a whole book of elevator repairman.
I don't know elevator repairman
puns. Me either. I'm not sure even why she would say that the best puns are elevator repairman puns, but we're going to find out.
Okay, why would she say that?
Why would? The reason is they work on many levels.
Crickets.
It is true that elevator repairmen work on many levels. It's also true that elevators work on many levels.
That's true.
And puns work on many levels.
They sure
do. It turns out the pun has many levels.
Oh my gosh. Stop while you're ahead. Thank you, Alicia, for daring to come out and tell that wonderful joke.
Not only that, but the word work is used in two different ways.
I get it.
Alicia, that's an intricate joke, Alicia. That is right. Oh, I did it again.
Yeah.
Every time I do that.
Mary Lou says, "Oh."
Oh, Mary Lou. She's my one ace in the hole.
Usually she's supportive of you because she is a dear friend. Thank you, Mary Lou, for being that friend. But you're right. And Kristen says, "Oh my."
It works on many levels. I thought it was funny.
We can't always think.
Come on, the only one who thinks it's funny.
Well, thank you for that, Calvin.
Oh, Alicia. Nobody liked your joke, Alicia. Sorry.
Sorry about that.
I forgot. I left the YouTube thing in there, but we don't disconnect from YouTube anymore. It's the new and better 2021 version.
Is that what it is?
Where we go the whole way, including the after show on YouTube.
Yeah. We felt bad leaving out the YouTubers, so we're glad you're here.
Yeah, I mostly feel bad because David and Nathan watch on YouTube, and they're in the closing.
I think Al's watching on YouTube, too.
Really?
And Rob.
Look at Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. We're glad to have you. And leaving comments on YouTube is a good way to get YouTube to send things around. So the question is, what do you have on your minds? What's going on that you would like to talk about? Layers upon layers here. What do you have to say? This is the time. What's that say?
This past Sunday's Trib Review had a supplement for caregivers, and there was an article about Reagan. You mean Reagan's journey?
Reagan.
I think it was about Reagan's journey.
An article about Reagan. That could mean a lot of things. Mm-hmm. President Reagan.
I know. We need to get some clarification on this.
I'll look at that. I didn't see that. Every once in a while, they actually have a reporter that focuses on disability. Mm-hmm. And the articles are only they're very occasional, month or so. But there's often some good material there.
Well, we have a friend, Joe Delagrave, who reported that the Paralympics they're on.
Yeah.
The Tokyo Olympics are on. And we learned recently that the Paralympics are going to be broadcast on prime time.
I saw the news. I think it's NBC.
Yeah, so for the very first time. So that's awesome. Yep. We'll get to see him play. And all
the
other
know if
sports
this is true,
too.
but that might mean you could get Peacock.
What's Peacock?
It's one, you know how they have like a million different kinds of services, Netflix, Hulu, Disney. Oh, there's one called Peacock too.
Who knew?
And that's NBC's. So what they want is, I can't even put all the applications on my devices because I don't have enough room for all the applications. The BBC has one. I mean, it's like there's 100 of them.
So you really don't have to buy television anymore. You can just get those individual services.
That's the idea, but you do have to have 40 different applications. So you've got to have a big enough device to run it all.
Mary Lou said, yes, it was Reagan's journey. They highlighted it.
Yeah, that's cool. Actually, I do recall something about that now that she mentions it. Yeah. Reagan's Journey is a great partner of ours. They provide equipment to folks. They basically have it's not really a lending closet, it's a giving closet.
It's a giving closet. But people do return things when they're done with them. So in a way, it's a lending closet, but it's wonderful. It's a wonderful service for the community and a great like family of people that are supporting each other. They have a great network. Yeah, it's a wonderful group that when they want something, you can sort of reach out to the Facebook group or whatever, and people will have comments or ideas. So. And David said his school may be going back to 5 days a week. That's good news.
That's interesting. A lot of things are starting to.
Yeah.
You told me that Texas is going to do away with masks requirements.
I think I'm scared about that, but that's what.
Well, you don't live in Texas. It's going to be okay.
That's right. I'll wear my mask and just be done with it. So.
You might not visit Texas.
One other thing that I wanted to say is we, back in our Meerkat days when we started out doing our shows, we started on a platform called Meerkat, and we made lots of friends on the Meerkat platform, and one of those friends was Alyssa Tamale, and she was very young at the time, and when she'd come on, she'd play guitar and have some input to us for about individuals with disability and living with with people with disabilities, and we're just a friend in general, so it was really nice always to have her on. But she's graduated from college now.
Wow, she was really young back then. She was like 12.
I know, and she's got a new job. She's a production assistant on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, how about that?
I told her dreams really do come true. So she started that job in October, but
it was so obvious she was a performer from way back.
Absolutely.
She's one of those young people that's like way ahead of their time. You can just tell there.
Yeah, she's an old soul,
really,
definitely.
Yeah. That's a good.
But anyway, congratulations, Alyssa. That's cool. So that's my big news.
Yeah, that's pretty good news. We got. This is ridiculous, but we got like a big storage system.
And he's excited about that, and I am too.
This doesn't really matter that much, but we were like, the videos take up an enormous amount of space, and you have to have all sorts of software that does stuff, and you make those intros, and they take room, and then there's audio equipment, and there's just all this stuff that takes up space. And my computer was getting more and more packed, and I was getting bigger and bigger hard drives. And just a couple weeks ago, right before the show, it said you're like out of space, so we had to like real quickly figure out how to get a little bit of space on the computer. So anyway, so we got this real big drive that we can keep stuff on now that's out there. And it's so funny, I woke up the next morning like just totally shalom,
giddy,
just all warm and happy, and it was this silly little disk drive because I was worried that we were going to get in a bind where there's a point at which you have so much data you can't even move it. It's just stuck.
Right.
And my approach in the past has been just buy a new computer.
That doesn't work.
So I have a couple of computers
that now have space.
That I will. They don't yet, but they will be able to. So we're moving all of our information over there, and plus we started this 3D, the potential for 3D filming.
Right.
And that is even more. That is even bigger. You hear about 4K? Like we don't broadcast in 4K yet.
No.
But it won't be long till. I mean, we can. We're able to, but Facebook isn't able to.
Right.
So we don't. YouTube actually can. So we could up it to YouTube sometime, but nobody wants to see us more crisply. You and me.
Speak for yourself.
And they can read the comments just fine. So.
I've got some shout outs. We've got some birthdays. Can we do birthdays?
Rob says visitors are not allowed in ER. His mom, we should mention her.
Yeah.
So before you do birthdays, Rob's mom went apparently into the emergency room.
Right.
Into the hospital. And so Rob's reporting he wasn't able to get there. So he called us and asked for prayer. So I hope I'm not overstepping Rob, but please pray for Rob's mom. She's not been feeling well. And the best to her. And
right.
I hope she bounces back. We live in a day where there's great medical expertise. So even though you can't be, but that is such a strange thing that you can't be there with your loved one and they have to be like sort of alone.
Mm-hmm. It's a frightening time. You're very vulnerable as a patient, mm-hmm. and it's hard. It's hard not having your family there with you. So.
All right, you doing dates?
I am doing birthdays. On March 5th is Julia Bausman, one of our dear friends. On the 5th is Maria Dolphiny.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Maria. Josiah Fiscus on the 6th. Kathleen Struble on the 7th. Brian Fisher on the 8th. And Frank Pretrizello on the 8th as well. So happy birthday, everybody.
Boy, Brian, if you see this, I haven't seen you for a long time, Brian. I'd love to run across you one of these times. But yeah, it's nice to remember some of those.
Yeah.
All of those. It's great to. But some were reminders of people that I'd forgotten some about. So
yeah, and this month is National Celery Month.
Celery?
I know you like to celebrate these kind of things, so get out your celery.
That gets us back to the peanut butter question. You don't want chunky peanut butter on your celery,
You definitely do want chunky peanut butter on your celery. Yeah.
Okay. I want to mention that Bob Jamison, who's a good friend, has a birthday this week on
Happy birthday, Bob.
March 5th. So I forget what this is. This the second?
This is the second.
Yeah. So 3 days from now. Carol Stewart. I don't think you mentioned Carol. And her birthday is on the 7th. Carol Stewart is a Wheels for the World Chair Corps volunteer down in Uniontown. Down from me. So, and Mark's brother Mike has a birthday. Did you say that one?
I did not.
Yeah. So.
And I have 2 grandchildren having birthdays this week. Carter had a birthday, and my grandson Austin's having a birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday to my grandbabies.
And I might have missed it. Did you say Frank?
Yes, I did. Petrozello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed. I must have been
right
thinking.
out.
No, I was thinking about probably whoever you said just before that, because there were so many names there that you mentioned that I was like, people. And then Casey Harris's birthday is on the 8th, also from Johnny and Friends.
Happy birthday, Casey. Rob's reporting his mom got to come home. She's going to go for some outpatient tests.
That's great.
That's wonderful news.
If you don't mind, we'll still pray for her. That's a good
definitely
a good opportunity though to. It's no fun to go to the hospital, particularly right now.
It's true.
So those birthdays are rolling. February was a little bit slow.
It was very slow, but March we're picking right back up again.
Mm-hmm. Didn't always have the birthdays there. I think that might be about all we have.
That's it. That's it from me. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Okay.
So we will leave it to another week. So next week you can look forward to a guest on the show. Not only a guest, but a guest that can sing.
Very well.
And that'll be a lot of fun. And keep, Rob reminds us, to have other guests on the show. I think he's saying, with COVID, you can't really have somebody come into the studio so easily.
Sounds like his mom's birthday is next week. So happy birthday to your mom.
She's probably not on our Facebook list.
No.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah.
And so that'll be great. We will we'll see you all next week. We'll have yet another big show.
Another one.
And hopefully things will get more and more back to normal over the next days, weeks, months. And in the meantime, we'll just be here. We'll be hanging out ready for every Tuesday and looking forward to it on our end. I hope you look forward to it too. It's nice to hang out with you for a little bit of time and have your interaction.
I know the weeks when we have to cancel for whatever reason, they're rare, but when we do, I really miss it. I miss the contact with everybody. So it's, we need you here. So keep coming and invite your friends. The more the merrier for sure.
Well.
All right, Calvin.
I'm uniquely the same. You're uniquely the same. Together, we could change the world. We'll see you next week.
Bye now.